It's a dope move by Steve.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Big Game Sports Buzz, where the pro athlete and the sports fanatic come together and talk about sports and everything that surrounds it. I am one of the hosts, Jay Stoggs, the Buff Nerd. Let's go. And, of course, I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why we even got the name of this show, Big Game James. What up, guy? How's it going?
Jay Stoggs, what's going on, man? This, whenever you and I get together, it's just like music to my ears, bro. Loving
I
it.
appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what today is? I don't know if anyone knows. A few people know. You know what
Best Friend Day.
It's Best Friend Day.
Yeah.
Now, we're not best friends yet, but we're
Get,
close.
it's close. Yeah,
We're really good friends.
We're as close as we can get without being close to each other, I think. Yeah.
Closer than close. I'm just saying, yeah. So, yeah. Tell your best friend, hey, happy Best Friend Day. You know what? Happy Good Friend Day. Happy really close to best friend.
There it is. Hey, happy almost being my best friend day. Hey, Jay.
That's so messed up.
You know what? I really only know that because I happened to catch Good Morning America this morning.
Right.
Once I got up and worked out with the wife this morning, and
Oh, that's beautiful.
I was sitting there watching GMA, and they said, "Hey, happy birthday!" And there's a day for everything. But my whole thing is, now that you just mentioned that and kind of bring it up again,
Yeah.
if it's National Best Friend Day and you don't hear from the person you consider your best friend,
Ooh.
should you be offended and find a new best friend? That's a good question, right?
Yes.
Now,
Let me
my
tell you-
thing is,
Yeah, go ahead.
how many people now are you one of those people who look up what day it is every day?
If
Or-
it doesn't concern food, no.
So how did you find out today was National Best Friends Day?
My best friend texted me and said, hey, man, happy Best Friend Day. Love you, boy. It's like, wow.
So you were about to be that asshole that
I
didn't
was.
text his friend.
I was so that guy. And I was like, yo, you already know, bruh. You already know. I ain't got to use words to tell you that, yeah, happy Best Friend Day, best friend, because you're my best friend, and you should know that. And we shouldn't every day is Best Friend Day. How about that?
There it is.
Because I sure do use that for Valentine's.
Boy, hey, baby, I love you 365. Me too.
Why
I
need a
use that
special
too.
day? Wow.
Hey, man, but, you made me just realize I'm about to pick the phone up and text some people and be
Text
like,
some
you know what? To hell with y'all for not telling me happy Best Friend Day.
Don't do
Happy
that.
Best Friend
Don't
Day.
do that, man.
I'm just joking. I'm not going to be petty, dog. I'm not going to be petty. That would be very petty. Nah. I'm not a petty dude. Or am I?
Listen, some days that's my favorite color. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy.
Those are facts, man.
One day it was so funny, man. But hey, Jay Styles, what we gonna kick off on these four downs tonight?
Man, check it out. 4 downs tonight. Errol Donald apparently is getting the bag, and that's the only way you can say it. Making he's the highest player that's not a QB making QB type money. Lamar Jackson, what's the deal in his contract with the Ravens? We got to talk about that. Can the Warriors actually pull this thing off with Klay not playing like Klay? Or maybe this is the new Klay.
Oh.
And, of course, 4th down, hey, what broke today and what's been kind of breaking? Jack Del Rio and his own dust up. Bruh.
Hey, man, you got the soundboard hooked up tonight?
I don't, but
God damn, dog. It's okay. It's okay. It's
man,
okay. Boy.
wow. So we got all that coming down on the 4 downs, and of course, we got OhHell Nah. We got Keep It on the Court. The one segment, you got one got to go.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then, of course, we got our top 5. And tonight's top 5 is greatest coaches, top 5 coaches of all time, any sport. Tough. But before we get into all that, make sure that you like, subscribe, and tackle that bell so you know when you can catch Big Game Sports Buzz and all things related to BG Entertainment. Of course, on ASAP, we're there, YouTube, Facebook. And if you say, hey, you know what? I like to work out, Big Game. You know what? Jay Stars, when I'm gaming, sometimes I like to listen to it, right? After a good anime. Hey, no problem. You can also catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Why are you laughing?
Because, hey, gamers, you're welcome to. For sure.
Yeah,
For
come
sure.
on.
For sure.
We're here for you, too.
For sure.
You're athletes as well. You are athletes. We're going to talk about that. I'm waiting for that to be a 4 down.
Yeah. Write it up for next week if you want to. Let me know.
Next week.
I want to pop it.
athletes, why they don't get respect. Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy. Hey, man. So,
What's up?
thank you for that great rundown. Also, let the people know how they can help the channel.
Hey, man, like the show, buy a coffee, help us grow. www.buymeacoffee.com/BigGameJames. Again, that's www.buymeacoffee.com/BigGameJames. Why is that important? Listen, all this content that we're giving to you, it's amazing, it's great. But unfortunately, sometimes, not even sometimes, hey, it costs. So what we do is we take those funds, reinvest it right back into the show. That way that we can bring you stuff like the Chop Shop on Tuesdays and Cowboys Cutting Up on Wednesdays and Big Game Sports Buzz on Thursdays and Pluritude on Sundays and Bucks Report and all kinds of other great stuff that we have coming to you. So make sure, again, www.buymeacoffee.com/BigGameJames. We also have merch that's coming out. Big Game, you may not see it, but when you do, he has one of our new shirts coming out, OhHell Nah, which is, of course, is named after our segment, OhHell Nah. Man, look, you can get a Big Game Sports Buzz shirt, hat, tumblers. We got it all for you.
And I tweet that out frequently, and I'll make sure I get that on the screen before we get off of here tonight. So we'll make sure we get that out there for the people. If you want to go out there and show your support and your love, go ahead and grab some Big Game Entertainment and Big Game Sports Buzz gear. And, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Let's go ahead and get into this, man, because we got an hour.
Let's do it.
We got to go. All right, so like we mentioned in our segment here, coming in our intro, the first down, Aaron Donald got the bag. Is it deserving? That's really the question. Is he deserving of this type of money at this age and stage of his career?
Hey, I'm going to say yes, Jay. And not just that, he played it so beautifully. So, Aaron Donald just started saying, well, it's not necessarily about needing more money or needing this and needing that. I finally got a Super Bowl, and, really at this point, if I really wanted to, I can just go ahead and walk away from the game. So the Rams didn't wait to call his bluff. They went ahead and made him the highest paid non-quarterback ever in the NFL. And when I say job well done, well done. The man is an ultimate game changer to me. And to be able to do it from the interior defensive line position, normally ends get a lot more money than that guy in the middle. But he's been able to do some things. He's changed the outcome of several games. And honestly, to me, the way the Bengals are driving on that last drive of the Super Bowl, if Aaron Donald does not have that great pass rush, even though some people say he jumped off sides, Reed, if Aaron Donald doesn't have that great stellar pass rush and hit Joe Burrow, they may lose that game. He changed the fate and the outcome of the game with several big plays during that Super Bowl, and he did it the whole year. They weren't even favored going into the season last year, and, he did some great things. So I say very well warranted. He deserved every penny that he got, and I'm happy for him.
I mean, look, here's the deal, okay? And literally, here's the deal. 3 years, and they restructured it. 3 years, $95 million, $25 million signing bonus. And I believe it's like, what, 60? How much is it guaranteed?
I think it's $60 million guaranteed.
46 guaranteed at signing. And it's like $64 million, I think, over the or 65.
And the first 30 is guaranteed over the first year, first 2 years.
The first 2 years, yeah.
It's
31.5
it's
billion.
bananas.
31.5. And so, yeah, basically he's getting paid until 35. Because the way the NFL breaks down contracts, you don't get it all in that first year. A lot of people, it's a misconception.
Right.
Like, oh, I get the signing bonus, so I'm getting $26 million today. No, you get it over the life of the contract.
I thought you was about to work a Tupac song into that too, when you set it up. He gets it until the end of time. My bad, dog. I've been West Coasting all day.
I see there, dog. I see there. But no, so basically, first year, like I said, $31 million. Second year, he's getting $28.5. Third year, he's getting $35 million. Right, but his signing bonus he'll get at 34. He's done. He can say, you know what, I'm done. In 2025, I'm done. But he gets his signing bonus, which is $5 million, and then he gets another $5 million. He's not even playing. Dude, his agent and him, but his agent have done an awesome job at getting this contract. So big up to him. I'm surprised he got it like this, especially coming in at 31.
But I think if you're the Rams, do you take the chance of not signing him back? Do you take that chance of trying to wait it out? So I think the Rams did what they had to do, even with him being 31. If you look at the guy, he looked like he can play almost like Tom Brady-ish. Okay, I'm exaggerating a lot. But for a defensive interior lineman, he hadn't had a whole lot of injuries. He looks like a freak of nature. They say he's a workout warrior. So, I mean, I think it's warranted. And the thing is, they extended the rest of the deal he already had. So I think he added an extra 3 years on, or 3 or 4 years on, 3 years onto what he already had.
Yeah.
It's not an outlandish extension. To me, anyway. I take that.
I mean, look, from that standpoint, yeah, that's awesome. He's going to retire a Ram. The other part is there's a no trade clause. So they can't trade him. Unless he basically says, okay, yeah, I'll do a trade because I want it. And then they'll have to do some things. But there's a no trade clause in this.
Right.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. And again, I mean, just the simple fact that he gets this at 31, where most players would get this at 26, 27. And you can say interior and all that. Look,
right.
He is one of the greatest defensive players in the game today, and I dare say will go down as one of the best to ever do it.
TBE, huh? Wow. I'm right there with you, Jay. No arguments there.
I mean, there are very few defensive linemen that come to mind that you could say are on the level or better, that are better than him. Like, to me, you got Sapp. Sapp right there. These are guys that change the game. When they're in it, it's different. It's just different. And I'm talking linemen. And then there's Aaron Donald. And then after that, it's like, who else you got? Okay, Reggie, but Reggie played more.
He played more in.
He played in, but he also played outside.
Well, that's what I mean. When I say he played in,
yeah,
I mean END, not IN. My bad, Jay.
My bad.
Yeah.
defensive
I'm
end.
now I'm gonna say another guy that I think was a game changer on the inside was Michael's. I'm saying Michael Strahan because I'm looking at something else. John Randall was another guy that did things a little differently on the inside that could create havoc and commotion, but still not to that level.
But and I when I think of Randall, I see him playing also on the end position, so he could switch in and out in the interior and the outside.
Middle, but I got you saying. I got what you're saying, bro.
There's quite a few clips of him bending that edge, dipping that shoulder, going in. But and I think he's just, man, for that size to move that way, Randall was just, to me, the original freak, right? It was like,
but he was little for an interior for a D lineman, man.
Height size, but I think as far as bulk and mass and strength, Randall to me was a dude.
Yeah, he was strong as hell now, but I'm doing what I'm saying. When you see him, he wasn't that big when you saw him in person, Jay, believe it or not, dog. But freak of nature, nonetheless. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of interior guys we can give a lot of love to, but today's game, Aaron Donald's raised that bar a lot higher.
Like the players when they voted, the best player of, several season or a season, like Aaron Donald has won. Like he was the best player of all the players in the season. And we're talking recent, like I think 2020, maybe 2020, 2019.
Right.
In 2020, like he was the number one player in the league over the quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, all of them. So, yeah. But at 31, hey, get your bag, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. Look, let's move on if you got nothing else.
I know we hit it. We're both in agreement. Aaron Donald did his thing. Much up. Big ups, much respect, much love, man.
For sure.
I love to see somebody that put that hand in the dirt get paid, baby. Make me so proud.
That's it. Gives me hope. Maybe I got a chance. No. Anyway, second down.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I appreciate you. So Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens have been, I guess you could say, in contract negotiations or talks or not talks.
Yeah.
Like he's not showing up for OTAs because not really sure what's going on with his contract. And, and you said it earlier. I'm going to say it. So he doesn't have a traditional agent or
it's way past the traditional setup and arrangement that players usually have in the league. And I'm not mad at it, but I'm gonna let you finish your point because we're gonna ask the question: could it be a hindrance?
And that's the question. Could family, really close friends, who may not know the business, that are now in the business, and we talking millions of dollars, as well as endorsements and how you look and perception, they're in charge of that now.
Yeah. It's been, if I'm not mistaken, Jay, this situation that he's been in has been like that since he came out of Louisville and came into the league. He decided that he wasn't going to do the standard agent-player agreement and sign that contract that gives him that 3% to that agent, and decided to have his mom and two other guys that are advisors. I think one's a lawyer, and I don't know what the other person is, but I believe it was a 3 or 4 person makeup of an advisory board that he pretty much has to negotiate and everything. The thing for me, from what I've been hearing and seeing online and hearing on TV, is that the Ravens, first I was like, man, Baltimore crazy. They got to go ahead and pay this cat, man. He should be, he's in the last year of his rookie deal.
Yeah.
He's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
He puts himself on the line the way he runs with the ball. He's Baltimore's future and present. There's no one better than him that they have right now are going to be able to go get. Right. So they need to pay him, right? But the word on the street is the GM the owner came out and said, look, our GM can only reach out to Lamar so often before, he's got to come back and talk to us. So they're making it sound like Lamar Jackson and his representatives aren't, returning calls or coming in ready to negotiate. And that's got to get figured out.
Man, to answer so speaking as a fan, if I'm looking at this as a fan and saying, hey, look, Lamar, because, we went through this with Dallas with Dak.
Right.
And though he had, again, the traditional agents and all that, he still had his brother that was out there tweeting and really causing stuff that wasn't, really helpful. Like, well, we out of Dallas. Dallas sucks anyway, and the city is trash, and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, well, I'll tell you what. Peace, because you ain't won nothing here in no way. Like, it got really nasty between the family and the city and the fan base.
Right.
So Dak family had to say, look, he doesn't speak for me on that. Let's keep it about football. Let's keep it about the team and me. And this is why I want to do what I'm doing. Because I think the other part of this is he could be holding out, for that money. But I think you have to go to the table to talk.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta be there.
You gotta get in that room. You gotta sit down. And I'm not mad at him for not touching the field or a ball or doing anything. Someone will get up this morning and say, if I'm Lamar Jackson, I don't even touch a blade of grass until I got a new contract. It may have been Damian Woody. I can't remember who said it, but I feel where they're coming from. Now, Jay, you made a point about a week ago when we talked about different things. You said, man, this OTAs is not guaranteed, but it's still an expectation, and if for your team leader to take the stance like, I'm not coming, I'm not doing this until we can get something together, he's sending a pretty good message. But now he's got to ride this thing on out. But I believe the Ravens are ready to pay him something. Now, if as much as he thinks, or that he not thinks, but as he wants, who knows? Some people rumor and say are speculating. Let me stop saying rumor. Excuse me. Some people are speculating that he wants kind of what Dak wants, more guaranteed over a shorter time.
Sure.
Which I don't know, with him running and taking the hits that he does, maybe the Ravens want to extend that a little bit longer so they can stretch it out, and it helps them play the game with getting a little bit more money on the books for their cap. So.
Well, it's and the thing with Dak and that, and it wasn't the money, it was the years, because what he essentially got was the same amount of money per year,
right?
But he has a shorter contract for the TV money.
Right.
The TV money is when because of course the cap went down because of COVID and everything like that, so everyone else's cap went down, right? So when the new TV contract comes out, they're going to get that money. Now the QBs are saying, hey, I want to get the bag too. So
right.
Wait. I'm going to sign up till the year before, or that year when the TV contract for NFL goes out.
Right.
Mine goes out too. So now you got to negotiate with me as well, because I am one of the most electrifying players on the field.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. You right there on it. But I believe something's going to get done. So, should the Ravens be worried? I don't think so. I think they'll come to an understanding and an agreement. It's just not going to be as fast as everyone else probably hopes. And you know how it is here in the offseason. Any news is news, or even no news is news. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out something to talk about. And the longer it goes without – and this is the whole thing. There's usually rumors and leakings of what's going on behind closed doors because people have loose lips. I think the one thing about Lamar Jackson having his team put together the way he does, compiled of his mother and other people, they're not going to say nothing to nobody about nothing. So we really just have to sit back here and speculate because we haven't heard any rumors or anything else of what they're doing from their side and their point of view.
Yeah, but I man, look, I kind of put it this way. Why would I take advice about being of how to get millions from a person that barely got $1,000?
Hey, it's easy to put out there and say, and that could be a segment or a topic all by itself, Jay. But at the same time, when you know how it is sometimes,
Yeah.
when you get into a situation, because man, I will tell you this. I had more people at the University of Nevada that said, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about becoming an agent, and if before you go, you should let me represent you." A lot of people are always looking for their chance, not trying to be funny. And some people, though, when they get a chance, the first thing they do is try to figure out a way to employ those around them and help them out. I think that's a little bit of what this is. It's a position he put his mother in where she can work for him, help manage him in certain things, get paid for it. It's my mom. I'm taking care of her. Is it the best decision in the world? If it works, so we won't. I'll put it like this, Jay. I will not criticize it till after we see how this contract goes, because your rookie contract is so standard that Joe the mechanic, if he know how to read the contract in legal terms, could almost negotiate that off of what it was the year before at your spot in your position and how much it goes up with inflation, man.
Yeah, I get you, but I mean that's. I think, and there's the issue in that where you're trying to figure out, this whole game, because the reality is that that's not what you are.
I got
you. So you're learning on the fly, and I can tell you there are rules and regulations now that to be an agent, it's not easy.
No, it's not. We might need to holler at the Mad Backer again and ask him a few questions, because he did it for a while and just he said, man, that when he got out the game because of how different it is now.
Look, I know people very close to me that wanted to do it, and they got the book, and they tried to sit for the class, and they like sports, but they weren't into sports. So when you start talking about contracts and negotiations and understanding the cap and what you have to do, and how you have to you have to know the calculations for the test.
Got it.
So it ain't and you got to come in, you got to pay for your license and you got to renew your license. So it ain't just no Joe Schmo, hey man.
Yeah, they had to change it because they had a lot of shade trees out there getting their agent license, dog. It used to be kind of easy back when I came out.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, this is recent.
Yeah. So they needed to make the changes that they made. You're right,
and that's good. Look, even if you got to be a financial advisor now within the NFL, you have to have been doing it for 8 years.
Wow.
Before you can be a sanctioned financial advisor with the NFL for a player. That's
ain't mad at it though. I feel
no, not at all. But yeah, I agree with you. We got to. This is kind of a wait and see kind of deal. But I think Lamar needs to be on the field. But here's the caveat: his style of play, and I keep saying this, and it's not because of race or color. It's the style of play. That's what's going to get him hurt. And when he gets hurt, because I don't know too many players that play his style of play, QBs, that have lasted a while.
You're right, Jay, because he's basically a running back that has a strong enough arm to throw it down the field.
Awesome arm.
Yeah, man.
He uses his legs a lot, and referees, they tend to let players, tee off on those QBs.
Yeah. Hey, no arguments there, buddy. I feels you.
Yo, switching gears, let's get into this third down. You and I have been kind of talking about this. Klay Thompson,
man,
he has not looked like Klay Thompson since he's been back, especially these playoffs.
No, he's had some spurts, but you're right, Jay.
I mean, okay, so I watched the second game and game 2 of the finals, and he's in there. It's garbage. It's literally garbage time. But Steve Kerr kept him in because he was like, look, I need to get you going.
Right.
I need to somehow get you going. And even then, it was like, ooh.
You made that. Ooh.
Ooh, Klay. And I said this, and I continue to say this. he will retire. I'll go ahead and he'll retire a Warrior. But after this season, start to look for Klay to come off the bench.
You think Jordan? Who's taking his role? Jordan
I'll
Poole?
put Wiggins there or Poole. Wiggins has been started. I would definitely put Wiggins or Poole there. It definitely, and Poole has been showing that he's not only just a 3-and-D guy, he's also a slasher. So now he's hitting shots from mid-court.
Right.
Now it's not so much Splash Brothers. It may be Splash Dad and Junior. With Curry and Poole, they kind of look like each other. They kind of favor. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? They kind of favor. Light skinned people. But all I'm saying is this, man. I definitely can see Klay coming off the bench, and he'll be a great 6-man.
Man,
if he can get it together. But
Jay, you don't think he comes out of this funk? I just can't see this lasting forever, man.
Man, it's been 2 years since he's been actively playing. Before the season. And
think about it. Some of the shots he's missed, wide open, dead on shots, they just look short and they look flat. So I think he can fix it, man.
I don't think Klay can fix it. I think he will get better from this, but he will not be the old Klay Thompson. He will not be the Klay that we remember. And Steph ain't the old Steph. Because Steph is getting 20, 21, 22 points a game, which is nothing to sneeze at.
But you know why? We always say it. Father Time is undefeated, and they're getting older. Man. I mean, think about it. First championship was what, in 15?
Yeah.
It's 2022 now.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of time is going by.
And
Steph is in his 30s now.
And they played full seasons. Think about that. They've played in championships, so they've played longer than everyone else.
Yep.
Right? So that takes a toll on your body where you have less time to recover. Way less time to recover.
It's rough, man. So, I don't like seeing Klay like this because I got used to the excitement of the Splash Brothers, of what it was for he and Steph being on the court.
Man.
But right now, it's just Splash solo. And Klay is and the thing is, and CJ McCullough made some good points talking about it this week. I think with a shooter, you have to get in the rhythm. And right now his rhythm is off. And he doesn't even believe that he can hit a shot right now. And you saw it in that garbage time, Jay. You saw it in those minutes that really didn't mean a whole lot. That game was over. But Kerr was just trying to get him to hit something to try to get his mojo back. And I was like, yo, drive to the basket and lay it up. Go get a layup. Do something. Quit shooting it from that far out because you're not hitting nothing.
Man, look, stop trying to hit it from 20. Go to 15, work your way out.
Yeah.
13, go work your way out.
Yeah.
Go from the free throw line, a little float, work your way out. Work yourself into that. But and that's that mentality of, and I believe it's that pro athlete, I can get it back if I just keep shooting, if I just keep going.
Yeah.
I can get it back. I know it's there. I have it. I get it
I
back.
know it's there.
I know it's there. I've done it. I'm gonna get it back. And unfortunately, what happens is you'll play yourself out of the starting position and into coming off the bench. And now we see, you know what? Our team is better with you coming off the bench. That's your role now. Because we got Poole, who's young. We got Wiggins, who's young. We got Steph, who can run this thing. We got Green, right? I mean, Klay.
But and not to change gears on this down.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors are going to have some tough decisions to make because they're going to have to sign Poole. Green, I think, is up in a while. I mean, who do you keep? Who do you let go? Who do you work in? It's going to be difficult, but this is my whole thing.
Yeah.
Game 2, Boston kind of laid an egg. This no doubt. Although, Steph played way better. Draymond played better defensively.
Sure.
I won't take anything away from the Warriors.
Yeah.
They have a championship mentality and a Warriors spirit, really. Mm-hmm. So, but if Poole doesn't. Okay, so if Klay does not get back to the old Klay,
Yeah.
this series will be tough for Golden State
Yes, sir.
unless Poole does all the things you just said and makes it where he can be that guy to step in to be that 20-plus point a game guy.
Right.
Because Boston's defense, you got to guard somebody.
Yeah.
You have to still account for Klay because the moment you don't might be that moment he turns it back on again.
It might be. And we'll talk about that later when we get into keep it on the court. Let's go ahead and let's get in that fourth down.
Woo!
Make sure that you like, subscribe, tackle that bell.
Tackle
so
it.
you know when Big Game Sports Buzz and all things BG Entertainment is coming on. And of course, www.buymeacoffee.com/BigGameJames. Like the show, buy us the coffee, help us grow. Hit that like, hit that love. We love to see that. And of course, we always love to see your comments in the chat and in the comment section. We'll respond to you and tell you that you're wrong. Look, let's go to fourth down.
Jay Styles will really tell you you're wrong.
I will tell you that because you are. Fourth down. Apparently, Jack Del Rio just can't stop.
Man,
he's like the political Puffy right now in sports, where it's take that, can't stop, won't stop. It's just I look at this guy.
Did the shimmy.
Yeah, take that, take that. So he has come under fire for his tweets about January 6th, calling it the insurrection, the riot, which is what it was, the Capitol riot, calling it a dust up, and saying that, hey, we should be spending energy around the summer of 2020 and 2021 when we had all these riots and people just looting and people losing their businesses. Why don't we have that conversation? Why don't we take that to Congress? Like, bro, are you serious? Are you serious? Well, earlier on Wednesday, he decided to stand by. No, Monday, he decided to stand by his comments. Yeah, I know what I said. I meant what I said. I said it. I meant it. Said it. Well, Wednesday, he comes out, and, of course, someone talked to him and said, look, Jack, go sit down, bro. You can't do that. Because he comes out and apologizes and says, look, I may have pushed you a little bit on the dust up.
But he didn't really apologize, Jay. He really didn't apologize. He still, at least what I saw today, even with him covering it, trying to say, well, if we're going to talk about one, you need to talk about the other. This is what Jack Del Rio did for me. And I had a lot of respect for him as a player. And he was a Jacksonville Jaguars coach. When they talked about bringing me in, I had a chance to meet him and talk to him. I thought he was okay, dude. But you know what they say. People show their true colors. You give them enough time to talk about it. And let's think all the way back to 2015 or 2016 when the Colin Kaepernick thing was going on.
Yeah.
Jack Del Rio came out and made a statement saying that when he was the head coach of the Raiders, that guys should not protest and make it be about that's making it being about an individual. And this isn't an individual game, it's a team game. So you tried to spin it into talking about it's a team game, but yet it without you saying it, it's a black thing.
Yeah.
That's what it came down to. So Jack Del Rio has pretty much shown his true colors, his true identity, and who he is. And if anybody that's black on that defense can sit there and look him in the face, now give him a chance to explain himself, to lie, and clean it up. But realistically, know what he really feel about you and think about you.
Yeah, and there's been some, obviously there have been questions about the locker room and, how do you feel about, your black players that may look at you a little different. Do you think they will? And he said, look, I respect all players. I respect all people that play for me, that play with, that I work with. And, I that's what I do. And so other players have come out and just basically said, look, if I got something to say to him, I'll say it to him. I'm not putting it out there in the media. So they've been coached. People have been saying, look, and I think it's because of Daniel Snyder anyway. Like, look, don't say nothing about nothing if it's not about football.
Man, Washington has about 5 nails in the coffin already, right? And then Jack Del Rio decides to put his foot in his mouth, try to explain himself. I think he just put 5 more nails in that damn coffin. They ain't going to be able to get the lid off this thing.
Well, that's what happens when you name your team commies.
Hey, man.
What?
And I don't even want to get this fool. He don't even deserve us talking about it. He just deserves us telling the people how stupid he is,
Yes.
how insensitive he is.
Yes.
And a man died that summer. Yeah, you talk about a building getting burned down. And let's not for 1 minute think that African Americans love to sit back and see African Americans tearing up neighborhoods. We understand that part. But a man died from a police having his knee in his neck for 9 minutes. But you said the Capitol was the same thing to the people protesting that, and it was just a little dust up. 7 people lost their lives, dude.
Yeah.
7 people died. A lady, a Capitol police woman came on today. She couldn't even walk for 3 months after this incident happened because of the nerve damage she suffered from falling down and hitting her head.
Right.
And my thing is, this was a dust up. Man, you know what I say to Jack Del Rio, J. Stoggs?
What'd you say?
Oh, hell no. 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 Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
That's right, folks. Every week we go through and we look at what's going on and stuff that make us say, oh, hell no. And it's kind of funny because that 4th down really is a oh, hell no. So we're just going to put it all together.
It is.
And I think that's so apropos. And if you don't know what that word is, go look it up, okay? Go look it up. Apropos.
They should have watched the Reading Rainbow when there was little Hun Jack.
Reading Rainbow. Look, man.
Oh, shoot. My
It's
bad.
getting wild up in here. Yeah, that's definitely it. You know, between Jack Del Rio, Phil Mickelson looking like he just came off of the set of The Walking Dead, and this whole
Tales from the Crypt.
Man, this whole live golf tournament, like that's another thing. You know, he don't want to talk about the PGA, but he doesn't know if he's banned or he doesn't know if he's, he like they're letting him come back or he resigned. Listen, the comments that he made about, you know, everything going on with the Saudi Arabia and this, that, and the other, bruh, just go play your game. They giving you $50 million a year over 4 years. Go play your game. Okay, go to London. Go play your 8 games. Be the face of that tournament. Do your thing. Hopefully the money is good. Hopefully you can cash that check, right? Get your money. But dude, talk about golf. Don't make no more comments. Like, and this is sad because I feel like pro athletes are people. They should be able to speak their minds.
Yeah, but he got to own what he did. Or if you don't pick what you want to talk about. So I feel you, Jay. If you're going to talk about it, talk all the way about it.
Talk all the way about it. Look, you came out, you apologized, and it was insensitive, and you didn't mean to hurt people, but no. Hey,
You said,
but look, own it. Own it. I said it.
Okay.
It was wrong. I was ignorant. I was dumb. I know now I'm going to be a better person. Now I'm going to go play some golf over in Saudi Arabia and the Emirates in London. Peace. And be out. And
there it is.
That's all you got to do. Simple stuff, man. Simple stuff. Hey, let's jump into this.
You just ain't gonna let me talk about my oh hell nah, huh?
You know, I thought, okay, my bad.
But it's cool. And mine is quick. I'm not trying to be funny. This past weekend over in London, to help celebrate the Queen's Jubilee, they had something called Cooper's Hill Cheese Roll. Jay, tell me you saw this. Foolishness.
Bruh, it's televised every year. It's amazing.
So, I didn't know about this. And the thing is, it's been around for years. This is the first year back since COVID.
Right.
But the Cooper's Hill cheese roll,
yeah,
they roll a giant roll of cheese down the hill,
yes,
and these fools have to run 200 yards to try to catch it.
Yes.
Simple physics and gravity lets you know that you cannot run downhill full speed and stay on your feet.
Bro.
I think this was just an instant way, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not being racist. It was just an instant way for white folk to get hurt. because you didn't see not one person of color running down this hill chasing this cheese. Now we talk about getting cheese, but we use the term bag. We not chasing that kind of cheese. Cooper's Hill cheese roll. Oh hell no.
Man, hey, look, even your guy from the Bay, you talk about getting your chickens, right? Getting your chickens. Look, I've watched this, and I was first introduced to this by ESPN on their Not Top 10, right? And whenever this happens, whenever this event happens, this is always on it. People get concussed. People break arms, legs, necks.
I see it. I believe it.
I mean, they just flip. It's amazing. I love it. I love watching it because, listen, I like watching stupid people do dumb things, okay? That's what I like to do.
It is what it is.
And that's why I like watching us sometimes. So, hey, it's reciprocal.
I'll never judge you for what you like to look at. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you I didn't laugh my behind off, Jay.
I know you did.
When I saw, and one dude, it looked like a scene from a movie. He was just doing a cartwheel. Like his arms was out. It was like, it was just rolling and rolling. In my mind, I was like, he broke something. He had to break something.
After
what
that
did he
first
break?
roll, when he hit the ground and then popped up, he was concussed. The mind was gone. The consciousness was gone. It was gone. Gone. Okay, now can we get into keep it on the court?
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So, look, the finals are still going on. It's now 1-1. Boston Warriors. If Boston wins, right, Wednesday night, when Boston wins Wednesday night, they now have home court advantage. Is it Boston's to lose? Is this series Boston's to lose because they stole game one?
I think so. I think the way they play defense, they're going to need Tatum and Brown to play good together.
Yes.
Throughout the whole playoffs, they've never played great on the same night, it seems like.
Yeah.
If Tatum has a great game, Brown is quiet.
Yeah.
Brown has a great game, Tatum is quiet. Now, the thing is, in game one, Tatum found a way to still be involved with 13 assists.
Right.
So he was able to still get other people's shots and get involved. But to come out to have that second quarter he had in game two, it's like, makes you scratch your head a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like we said, we talked about Klay earlier.
Yeah.
About what he's going to do. Having to rely on Poole and Gary Payton Jr. being back. It still just leaves you to wonder, though, like the Warriors look a little bit older than, the teams in the past. And I think that Boston still has a good chance. They win game 3 tonight. It puts a little bit more pressure on the Warriors. But I still think it's going to go 7 games regardless, man. I think it's going to find a way to go 7. And I always said the Warriors in 7, if they lose tonight, it's going to make me rethink my pick, but I'm not going to change my pick. I still think Golden State in 7.
Yeah. Here's what's crazy. Horford and Smart have to be the guys. Tatum will be, Brown will be, but Smart and Horford have to be the guys. They have to show up. They have to do better. And they didn't do better in game 2. They got to be game 1 guys, right? The way they played in game 1, they have to be those dudes. So Smart has to make better plays and shoot the basket and make it. Horford has to be a better rim runner and also put the putbacks. Like, they got to be there. You can't get out-rebounded and basically out-muscled by Golden State, a smaller team, when you got the bigger guys.
Right.
The bigger, stronger guys.
I feel you. Good point.
You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. That's a problem for me. All right, man. Let's jump into this because we want to make sure that we got the time because this, I'm telling you, the top 5 is going to be brutal.
All right, so we're going to do this one real quick, man. Something you love to hate.
Every week, I get tortured with trying to make a decision on stuff that I don't like to make decisions on. Like, it's not practical. It don't make sense, but people love it. So here you go. One of
Jay,
stop.
One of them got to go. So, hey, today we'll make it real easy, man, real quick. And normally we bring up a little graphic in the picture, but I didn't have time today. So, anyway, social media, man, is so time-consuming. We spend so much time on it. So out of everything that's out there, out of these four, which one would you get rid of? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. One got to go. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I tried to keep it at 4. I was going to give you a 5th one, but I left it at the 4 major players.
You're a habitual line stepper, so
4 major players, dog.
You habitually overstep the line.
That's what I do. I'm a hater and a habitual line stepper, according to you.
That's it. I would probably say, honestly, and it pains me because the other one I would want to get rid of, but I would get rid of Instagram.
Really?
I would get rid of Instagram.
You shocked me on that one. I did not think you were going to say IG, bro. I really did not. You threw me for a little loopity-loop on that one.
TikTok is definitely right there, but I can find myself on TikTok for hours and not even realize it. And I get upset when they say, hey, you've been scrolling for a while. Take a scroll. I don't want to hear that.
Time out. You've been on TikTok long enough for them to tell you need a break?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know it did that.
It does. It
okay.
does. Look, pop
shoot.
up. Hey.
All right.
Been scrolling for a while.
I learned something new. So, okay, J Stock said IG.
Yeah.
For me, for what you can do on TikTok or for what I know how to do on TikTok, TikTok can go because now I can look at other people's reels on Facebook or on IG.
Yeah.
I kind of know Instagram. I love it. Yeah. I get intimidated by TikTok. And I don't know why. I know how to edit videos and do all kind of other stuff. Man. But, hey, man, TikTok made me feel like I don't know a damn thing. I seen my son put together, like, little stories and do stuff. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Hey, how I do that? He look at me like, I ain't showing you how to do that, Daddy. You don't need to be on TikTok. So, guess what? Bye-bye, TikTok.
See, and that's get that bond, man. I forced my daughter. I say, look, you want to go somewhere this weekend? You show me how TikTok works. Show me how this works.
Show me how TikTok works. Boy, you a bully.
So I am. I follow her. I follow her on TikTok. So I know exactly what she posted. And even she tried to get a burner. I was like, oh, wait. Hey, yeah. So, I forced her. You want to go somewhere this weekend? Show me how this works.
It's a damn shame. Hey, man, let's get on to this next topic before I judge you harshly. I'm joking. I would never judge you for that. Great parenting.
Hey, let's get to this top 5.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
That's right. This week, we have the top 5 like we always do because some people have a top 100. Some have a top 50. Some even have a top 25. Some even punk out and just do a top 10. But here at Big Game Sports Buzz, we make you say, hey, what's in, what's out in your top 5. This week's top 5 greatest coaches of all time, any sport. Top 5. Let's go.
Dude, they always tough. 5 of anything is tough. But hey, I'm just going to give it to you. Take it for what it's worth. It's my list. Like Lil Wayne said, it's his cup. So I got Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, Pat Summitt, rest in peace, Greg Popovich, and Tony Dungy.
Man, that's a good list.
Now, and the reason I put, and I'm not a Bill Belichick fan. And he's done some shady things throughout his time, but he always found a way to get the most out of people we never heard of. Like, he going and drafting dudes in the 7th round that's turning into all pros and putting teams together with nothing when people thought he was crazy and building through the draft and not free agency and doing things. Nick Saban drives me crazy. But for him to have the success he's having, he's either one great coach or one hell of a cheater. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's a great coach. So, Nick Saban. Hey, man, y'all know how Pat.
I think Jimbo is.
I want to go. We need to get credentials for that SEC Media Day, dog.
Oh, yes.
But, Pat Summitt, she was a hell of a basketball coach. When I try to break down women's basketball, there's a lot of other coaches that's real close right there. But for what she was and what she did for the game and just I still so hated that dementia and stuff kicked in like it did, and she passed, and as what I'm saying, she wasn't even really old, man. It's just hate to see what it did to her. Yeah. I love Greg Popovich. He's like Belichick of the NBA, make a team out of nothing. And then, my number one dog, Tony Dungy, is like a father figure to me, man. He helped me become a man. And so if anybody ever gives me credit for being a good man and a good father, a big part of me credits Coach Dungy for doing that, man, for the way he talked about us and talked to us about life and what things were, to where in today's game, in today's business, is so much winning involved. You don't get a lot of the personal aspect from people. So for Tony to be able to be a man first, a Christian man first, and a coach second, he's always going to be my number one.
Absolutely. I have his book. He's an amazing, amazing, amazing person, and I've read it cover to cover several times, had his calendar. Awesome dude. Not a bad list, man. It surprised me. But mine probably will surprise you as well, and I'll get right into it. Again, in no particular order. So we have Phil Jackson. Got to put him up there.
Yep.
John Wooden. It's John Wooden.
Go to coaching. Great Big J.
You know what I'm saying? Mike Krzyzewski. Coach K. He's one on every level. That he's coached in. I also had Pat Summitt. I was like, yo, it's got to put Pat Summitt on there.
All right.
And then finally, Eddie Robinson.
Whoo, how did I not put – I'm
Robinson.
Tripping. Yeah.
It's all good.
Your top 5 wins.
Look, the people –
it's a great list.
What you said about Tony Dungy was definitely there for me.
Right.
But I was like, I got to look at – and I looked at longevity was a big part for me.
Got it.
Influence on the game was a big part. And I was actually kind of surprised that I had so many basketball coaches on there.
Yeah, you did have a lot of hoopsters, but
I did.
With everyone you name, though, it's hard to argue that in their impact in their sport, though. So I'm not mad at you. Like what I said before, Jay, you give us 5 slots and think about how many great coaches in all sports there are at the same time. Yeah. It's hard, bro. So hey,
I mean, it was tough, man. I had Jimmy Johnson on there as a homer, crossed him out because I couldn't do it.
I hear you.
But Vince
but
Lombardi.
That would no one would have. Hey, I had Vince was on my list. Like how we narrowed down. Yeah. I had Vince right there on my list as well. I had Gino Auriemma on my list.
Right there.
Believe it or not, man, a man that didn't win a lot of championships when he coached in the NBA. But I had Lenny Wilkins in consideration.
Great human, great coach.
That part.
Things that he did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I said, to me, Tex Schramm was another. Paul Bryant, what he was able to do, and then he changed the culture of really a region.
True that.
As well as a college.
True.
And recognized it. And to me, that's transcendent. You know what I'm saying? To be able to do that. Lot of them. Hey, thank you for tuning in again. This marks our 40th show. I don't know if you know that. This is our 40th show.
39. We're almost there. Sorry. Hey, man, you kicked that off smooth. I hated to be the one to bust that bubble, dog. But we're close. We ain't there yet, dog. Next week will be our 40th show.
Our 40th show. That's what I meant to say. Tune in for our 40th show next week. Listen, thank you to ASAP, All Sports All Plays Network. And, of course, thank you, to you tuning in, commenting, sticking with us. Yo, we appreciate it. We're going to keep going, get bigger, get better. Hey, I'm Jay Stocks, the Buff Nerd.
And I'm Big Game James. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified every time we drop brand new content. Big Game Sports Buzz. We out.
Dope. It's a dope move by Steve.
Yeah. It's a big